to Tone Wars Sunday Night Edition. I am Carrie, and that is Jarrod.
Hello. How are you this evening?
I am lovely. How are you?
I am ravishing.
We have been having a very nice day here.
Yes. Yes, we have. Tell them about our day.
Tell them about our day, Bob.
Tell them what they win, Bob.
We had some Mediterranean food for lunch.
That was good.
And then we went and enjoyed a cigar at the Cigar Lounge.
The Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was our first time being there. It was kind of cool.
It was very, very
relaxing,
classy.
set back, laid back, set back, whatever.
Yeah, it was nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel like you should talk like that when you go in there. Hello, I'd like one of your fine cigars, please.
It was a super chill place.
And a glass of scotch. Thank you. I'll be over there. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yep, nice atmosphere.
It was not stuffy at all, though.
No.
The dudes were just sitting around the bar watching the Lions play today.
Every once in a while, they're yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
Doggone it!
Yeah, but it was kind of a nice
Yep.
Sunday afternoon.
It was.
Chill. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. And, yeah, I loved it. And we did the Christmas thing.
Yep.
And I got myself a...
Yes.
She got me a humidor, which is freaking amazing, and I should have brought it down here.
Oh, it's
Oh
nice.
man, it's so cool. Maybe I'll bring it down next week.
Yeah.
I'll have it on the table instead of
There
your
you go.
glass of wine. It's gorgeous. It's so cool, and we seasoned it today. So tomorrow I will fill it full of.
Hopefully, I just
cigars.
checked and it's still a little before 60.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Yeah.
sure what is it hygrometer?
The hydrometer.
Hydrometer.
Yeah, maybe it's not reading right. I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. But I can't wait to put all my cigars in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's gonna be nice. It's really classy.
Nice. I know, it was a good day.
Yes.
Just want to make sure everybody can hear. Yep, all the levels are good.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, this is our last show before Christmas. Christmas is technically like this coming weekend.
Yep.
So it feels like the next show, even though it's after Christmas, is actually closer to Christmas.
Yeah.
It is, but tonight's the last one before Christmas. So
Yep.
we don't have anything special. No songs.
Yeah, well, we've been busy. We've been
Yeah.
super busy, so
We're
it's just,
always busy. That's always your excuse.
I know,
We're always gonna be busy.
yeah.
It's okay.
So, yeah.
So we gotta drop the busy excuse.
Yeah, come up with a
Everybody's
new
busy.
one. My foot hurts.
I know. Jarrod did a really big episode this weekend with the EVH Iconic, and we're gonna discuss that a little bit later. But
Yes.
the show is going bananas. You have like over 3,000 views already just in 2 days.
Yep. And one day, a day and a half
Yeah.
technically, and then 144 people were in there. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
That's the most you've had, right, in a live?
Yeah, I looked over. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
You started sweating and got nervous.
Yeah, I got really nervous. Yeah, I was like, it's great. It's a blessing and a curse, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But you look over, you're like, yeah, this is pretty. Oh my God, there's all these people, and your hands are like, I'm gonna screw up on you.
Well, hopefully some of you that were live with him yesterday. It was yesterday?
Yep, yesterday morning at 11.
Have made it over to our Sunday night show. We have lots of fun here.
Welcome.
I rag on Jarrod a lot. And
Yep. Pretty
everybody
much.
laughs at it.
And since she got me a humidor, she's going to be able to rag on me even more. She bought herself a lot of jokes
Right.
at my expense.
A lot of jokes at Jared's expense. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, let me get out of here and refresh the live chat.
And I'll be playing the Badlander tonight too. And man, yeah, you're in for a treat. That amp sounds amazing tonight. You ever do that? Like you order something to eat, or you get a drink, and it's like you've had it before 1,000 times, but for some reason right now it's like, did you change
It's
it?
the only thing that you ever wanted.
Yeah, it's like, what? And I fired up the Badlander tonight, and I'm like, dude, where has this amp been? It just sounds incredible. So
Is your app refreshing? Because the last comment was, oh, here we go, 713. We're good. All right. Well, let's say hi to some people.
Yes.
And I thought for a minute my phone was stuck.
Please do.
Yeah, Johnny Romero, #1 tonight. How are you, man? Let me go back up. It says, good evening, Jarrod and Carrie and Town Wars community. Happy Sunday. Let's hear those EVH iconic thoughts. As for me, I still would like to try one out. Yeah. Definitely try it out.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. It's definitely worth a look.
Yeah.
I would say minimally, go take a look at it. Don't listen to all the hyperbole out there, people saying it's not going to be good or whatever. There's not everybody saying that, but there's people that are. And, you know, I mean, I get it. People are guessing and stuff like that. But, you know, before you make a decision, try it out for yourself. I even say that about me. If I don't like something, I'm not the end all be all on anything. So, you know, what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. So, you know, but
Right.
It is a good amp. Yeah.
Dean Harkness is with us. Hey, Dean.
Hey, Dean, what's up, man?
He also sent a super chat. Are you ready for this super chat?
Oh, no. Is it a request?
It's a good one.
Oh, great.
All right. Arnold, the aristocrat, and Billy Bob are drunk telling Yo Mama jokes at the company Christmas party.
Oh, my God. Dude, I don't know, man, because that could get me banned off of YouTube.
No, it won't. You're gonna do it and be funny.
I don't even know any Yo Mama jokes, really.
My kids say that's like the new thing to say in response to anything. Be like, why don't you like the spaghetti? Yo Mama. Like, are you coming up for, you got 5 minutes? Yo Mama.
I don't know any Yo Mama jokes. That's the problem.
We'll put something else
I'll
together.
have to think. Give me a minute.
What other jokes do you know?
I don't know.
Yo Mama
With
jokes?
YouTube these days, I mean, it's like you can get banned for anything now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, just maybe
nuts.
they're just having a dumb conversation at the company Christmas party. The three of them. I'll say hi to some more people.
Yeah,
You work
do
it.
it. You guys. Oh, you gave me $20 too. I better think of
That's
something
right.
good.
Sean Casey, how are you, man? I said the Iconic sounded very good. Yesterday's awesome show. Well done, Captain Overdrive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ronnie K said, laugh out loud, I'm the third person here.
What's up, man?
Ronnie?
Good to see you.
So yes, the Iconic discussion, it sounds great. Enough said from CS.
Yeah, it does. It's a good sounding amp, man. It really is. I mean, like I said, if you get a chance to try one out, I would suggest that you do so. I mean, I played like 8 songs with it yesterday morning, and the whole time I'm playing it, I'm like, this is pretty freaking good. I mean, I'm enjoying it.
Aaron Lucas says, instead of Yo Mama jokes, what about bad dad jokes?
I don't even know any of those.
Sean Casey, I already said hi to you, but that's funny too. Aaron Lucas, Sean Casey says, and for YouTube guitarist and the legendary, oh yeah, John Brown was in the episode, yep. Dr. John, hi Dr. John, welcome back.
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Resident dentist.
Yes. Yes.
Gabriel Sanchez, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Steve Evenchek, he says, I'm driving, have to grab wings for the episode. Okay. Enjoy those wings. That sounds really
Who's
good.
that?
Evenchek.
Oh, what's...
Dust Devil, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Evenchek says he's watching us in the truck.
Uh-oh. Eyes on the road, man. Unless you don't want your wings. You might get a different pair. Something bad happens, you'll be flying away with them.
Sorry. You come up with your...
I'm thinking it's... So Arnold, the aristocrat, and Billy Bob.
They're at a Christmas party having some fun.
Okay. Why do people...
I feel like you're at that point where somebody asks me, they find out I'm a singer, and they're like, oh, sing me something, and I suddenly forget
everything
I've ever known in my entire life. I couldn't even sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
That's how it goes.
I know.
Oh, you guys are starting to stump me with some of this stuff.
I have a coworker that we've been to 2 parties. No, I've been to 3 work parties. The first one, I don't think she knew that I sang. But the last 2 work parties, that's what it was. Like, oh, you gotta sing. I have a karaoke machine. Time for you to sing. I want you to sing. And everybody, and I get super shy, and I feel weird. And I don't know if it's just that you're like 2 feet away.
Yeah.
And like, do it right now. or if it's like that's a different carry.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Why do I get all like
Yeah,
verklempt at that point?
yeah, I do too. Though a lot of times when people like, it's the same thing when I'm like trying to demonstrate something on the guitar. Oh, when I'm doing like the tapping arpeggios, and I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, I don't even know what those are right now. That's just complete brain fart, you know.
I wonder if I played an instrument, if it would be different, because I'd be
No.
like, oh, okay, I'll just strum to, but like. When we sing and play, we rehearse. We practice.
Yep.
We
And
do
if you
it
don't,
right
you're
before.
screwed.
I know what to expect. I know I'm warmed up. And then to just be like, all right, sing it. You don't know what you're going to get, maybe.
Yeah, you really don't. Just like, what's about to happen here.
At the Christmas party, one of our other coworkers plays the guitar. So we ended up singing a bunch of Christmas carols. And she was passing around the karaoke mic to everybody, and it was my turn. And of course, what song did we sing? I feel like it was God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. I think it was that one, and it was in a key that was way too high. So I'm like, God rest you merry gentlemen. Like, I can sing it. It should have been God rest you merry, but I'm like way down here, and then it gets up to a part where I can't go any lower.
Yeah.
So you're like switching. Let nothing. It was so bad.
And people just don't understand the key, It's like, can you sing in the right key, damn?
There you go. You have a little shtick now for your
Stick now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, Arnold. Now that we've had ourselves a few drinks, I've been looking at your mama, and she's so fat, her butt cheeks both have separate zip codes.
Oh yeah, your mama's so fat she puts a belt on with a boomerang. Fa-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right around her.
It sounded like a Christmas carol.
Kind of, fa-da-da-da-da-da-da,
I say, why are you people talking about your mothers like that? I should over there give you a good rogering.
That's right.
I don't believe this.
Mommies don't deserve that.
Yes, mothers deserve our respect. That being said, both of your mothers are so fat that their belt size is equator. Yes. Those are the holy mama jokes I know.
Dean Harkness says, yo, mama's so fat she thought the Iconic was the flavor of ice cream. That's funny.
That's a good one.
Let me scroll back up. Let's see. Dust Devil. Hey, Dust Devil.
What's happening, man?
Here's a new name. Quentin Satterfield.
Hey.
Hey, Jarrod, are you aware that John Petrucci released a plugin by Neural DSP?
Yes, good, and welcome to the chat, buddy. Yes, I am, and I've had some requests to review it, and I think I'm gonna, because if I'm ever gonna review, I've done no plugin reviews on the show yet, so...
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. So if there's ever one for me to do, I guess that would be the one to start with. So Neural does do a lot of great plugins. The Quad Cortex, I wish they would have them available in there. If I had a Quad Cortex right now, I would be pissed that I can't get the plugins, because it sounds like a great plugin. And the thing is, if John Petrucci puts his name on it, you know it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's reputation is... these guitars are the second top best-selling guitars on the market in the
Really?
history of guitars.
In the history of guitar.
Yeah, second to Gibson, which has been around for eons.
Right.
I think Jesus used to make Gibsons. He was a carpenter, so it's possible. They've been around that long. So
I'm pretty sure you can find one at every church too, that has a praise team.
pretty much. That's how that all got started,
Nope, I liked it better on.
Yeah,
I
so...
got a little chilly.
Oh, did you?
Turn it off, and I'm like, oh no, never mind.
Yeah, so but so that, if that says anything about John Petrucci and like how important his brand is, yeah, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. And it sounded like him when he was playing through it on the ad. I'm like, that sounds like his amp and cab and chorus pedal and everything. So I'm sure it's going to be good. John's The thing is that I've learned about John is, I'm talking about like we're neighbors. Yeah, when I go over there and have a beer.
About John.
The thing about John,
Last
Johnny
we
boy.
spoke.
Yeah. The thing about
Wouldn't you love that though?
he would probably hate it. Be like, dude, get off my leg.
No.
But yeah, the thing is about him is he doesn't do the whole like, oh, I want to slap my name on anything just to, he doesn't need to. I mean, the guy is a world-class, world-famous guitar player, and Dream Theater does quite well, so he doesn't need that. So for him to do stuff like that, it's not a cash grab. It's more like all right, I think that would be a good time to do this. And I'm sure he uses the plugin on the road and does things, himself for like, scratch tracks. I mean, any kind of writing. And
wouldn't you just die if he chimed in right now and was like, yeah, I do that. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, if he peeked in the window, because we are neighbors. Can I get a cup of sugar?
You'd die.
I probably
You'd
would.
die. You'd start drooling. And there's not very many people that would do that for you, but I'm pretty sure you'd start acting like a weirdo.
Yeah, I would start acting like a weirdo. Even more weird than I already do.
Yeah.
I'd go full Skeeter.
Right?
You want some sugar? I got some sugar for you.
And with that, let me show you this and this and this.
Exactly. How do you play all your songs? You better show me now.
We'll see. Steve Benchik says that was awesome. You guys need a comedy channel also.
Oh, no.
I keep telling him that. We got to do something on the side. Something else. It's just like the daily gab.
The daily gab.
The daily gab. About things that I know about, too.
Yeah. Stuff you know.
What you doing?
I'm trying to get off my
Oh,
blankie.
blankie.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
blankie.
Yeah, I had to put a blanket in front of the cab so she doesn't get blown out. It's loud down here, so sometimes she comes down here, she's like, "Oh my God, it's too loud," and I'm like, "All right, I'll get the
He's
packing
so
blankets."
kind.
I
Thank
am.
you.
Well, you got me a humidor, so
How long can I milk that?
you got about 2 more episodes. And if you fill it full of cigars, then you got as long as you want.
JB50 Watt, hi!
Hey, what's up, man?
He says, hey, the Badlander, my favorite amp that I actually own.
Yes. Dude, that thing sounds good tonight. It sounds great with the Mud Killer, too. I'm telling you, this Mud Killer pedal is definitely becoming a go-to pedal for me.
Isn't Mud already dead?
Yes, but there's mud, and you get the metaphor, right? The low end in the amp, it's mud, and kills the mud. Okay.
I get it.
Just want to make sure.
Jacob Allen, hi there.
Hey, what's up, man?
Let's see. Homie the Clown, it says.
Homie, don't play that.
Hey, you guys. Let's see. Hey, guys, y'all look great. Hey, should I sell my 50 stealth for 100 stealth or keep 50, get an iconic? What do you do? I just want to get to most stuff.
Ah. I love his name,
get most stuff.
Homie the Clown.
He literally wrote Mo. He wrote Mo.
I'll give you the Homeboy Shopping Network answer. How's that? Remember that show?
No.
Antoine. Hey, man. What I need you to do is sell your 50 watt and get yourself the 100 watt. Don't get the chronic. Get the 100 watt. They'll know. If you've seen the show, you'll know.
I've not seen the show.
Oh, Homeboy Shopping Network. No, I mean, I think the Iconic's great. I really do. If I had to pick between the two, though, I do prefer the Stealth 100 watt. But I think, it just depends on your budget and everything. But, the Iconic is definitely a legit amp, especially at its price range. It really is, So, if you got $2,200 burning a hole in your pocket, that Stealth 100 will not disappoint you at all. It's just a fantastic amplifier.
Homie the Clown is laughing. Lots of laughing emojis.
So I knew he would get it. I knew he would. That was such a... Dude, I miss In Living Color. That was one of the best shows. I watched it every week when it came on. I'm like, all right, I ain't doing nothing for like a half an hour. I'm watching this.
Felipe, he says, hit the like button. We love these guys.
Oh,
Thank you. And
thank
we love
you.
you guys too.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Thank you.
I almost blocked you, Felipe. I had a fat thumbnail.
Yeah.
I went and touched it.
I know, it sucks. I'll tell you, it's happened to me. Like, I'll scroll, and then a thing pops up, and I'll touch. Oh, what did I touch?
Right,
And you
somebody's banned.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I hate that. So I always scroll very gingerly.
Gingerly, yes.
Yes.
Sean Casey is laughing with the horns. Home to Clown says the pizza guy from Something About Mary. CS says top selling signature guitars.
Oh, yes. Top selling signature
Yes.
guitar. Yes.
Right. JB, people often forget Les Paul are signature guitars.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are, yep.
Costas says, Jarrod, can you show me left and right sides of your Majesty to see how thin it is? The body, is it too thin? Thanks.
Left and right sides.
Just
I don't
want
know.
to see how, maybe.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll bring it up to the camera. Watch
Give it
me
a sec to
knock everything
focus.
over. So that's basically how thin it is. You know. Look at how beautiful it is, though. Look at that. Look at that guitar. Enjoy my booty as I walk away.
It's so stupid. Oh, Dust Devil. Gibson was also one of the first guitar amp makers, 1935 to 1942.
Yeah, been around a long time.
Let's see. Steve says keep the 50 Stealth and put 5881 tubes in it.
I never thought of doing that.
Jose says congratulations on the live stream yesterday. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm serious. I was blown away. I was dog tired, and that kept me going for pretty much several hours afterwards. I was riding that wave for a long time. Just so you guys know, like, it means the world to me. Like, both of us, when we're live and we see you all here, I mean, it definitely does charge our batteries, man. I mean, it really means a lot. We do not take it for granted at all. And I'm not kidding you. Like, if there were bubbles that could pop over my head while I was playing and looking, I'm just like, oh, cool, 35 people. This is awesome. Saturday morning, you know, and I was like, yeah, this is fun, you know, and I'm playing, and I look over, and I'm like, 88 people. I'm like, and all I could say was, don't screw up, don't screw up, don't screw up. And then I start glancing over and reading comments and losing my place, and then got up to 135, and I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing, you know. So I turn into a little kid. Like, it's just,
it's Christmas morning.
Yeah, it's the best, man. Freaking love it.
All right, where'd I go? We said Jose, Dean Harkness, closer to 2,400 now. Homie to Clown, you guys are the best. I remember Homeboy shopping. Living Color was an event every week. Beers and in Living Color.
I know, dude. That and Ren and Stimpy. Every
I
week.
hated that show.
Oh, I loved it. Ren and Stimpy was the stuff, man. I loved Ren and Stimpy and Living Color. Yeah, great stuff, man.
Official Mariano. Ooh, I'm going to screw that last name up. Brashik. Hello, guys, from Miami, Florida.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you can have better weather than we are.
Oh, yeah, big time. It's cold up here.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah, it is.
JB, I'm playing the Crunch channel on the Badlander with the Friedman Buxom boost now, and it sounds brutal.
Oh, yeah. It's a good amp, man. It really is. That amp's the keeper.
Alexander Shabilsky, it's for you.
This is for you. Welcome.
Dr. John, Badlander or Stealth? Question mark.
Right
To the point.
Right to the point. Well, if you are a huge Mesa fan and you love the whole Mesa thing and you think that that's, you know, like your thing, as far as like the tone and the way they dial in their amps and voice them, I think the JP and the Badlander are the two best that they make. And, you know, so you'd have to kind of pick between those two. If you want the ultimate brutality, you know, like, seriously, like, you could take it into an interrogation room and they will talk. Then get the
I know.
get the stealth.
Make it stop.
Yeah, exactly. The stealth will
Do
be.
you really want that, though? Do you really
I
want
do.
them to make it stop?
Yeah, exactly. Keep going. Stop. No, it's the stealth is amazing. It really is. It's just, it's a different kind of amp. You know what I mean? It's in a different class. So the stealth is, if you want the ultimate brutal amp, it's definitely one of the top 3 out there. But if you want, like I said, if you like what Mesa does and you like that great, rich, bold tone that you get from Mesa, then Badlander would be great too.
Homie the Clown says, the personal nature of your stream is what makes it fresh and a joy to be a part of, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. We really do. I mean, that's what Sunday nights are
Have you seen Homie the
about.
Clown's name in your other streams?
I don't know. I think
I feel like
usually...
this is the first time that...
I've seen him before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't seen him in the Wednesday nights. I think we usually see him here on Sundays.
Not on Sundays.
You haven't seen him on Sundays?
I haven't seen that name.
I've seen Homie the Clown's name before.
Not on Sundays. I read the comments.
Yeah, that's right. You do. I've seen Homie the Clown
Must be
before.
on Wednesdays.
Yeah, it must be on Wednesdays. I get all my streams mixed up. Sorry, but I am familiar with his name. I've seen it before. Yeah.
Jose says, I saw that James Brown himself posted comments on your video, and that is awesome. And you're right. It was awesome.
Thank you.
I'm going to read a few of them after we get through this initial stuff. We screenshotted a bunch of things, and that'll help us with the discussion a little bit later. But yeah, what an honor to have the Ant Maker. Right?
Yeah. I mean, James Brown worked side by side with Eddie on a bunch of amps, including this one, including the Iconic. That was the last amp, is to my knowledge, that him and Eddie worked on together. So it was an honor to have him come in and comment on some things, and it was great. It really was, man. I was like, James Brown I'm like, oh my God. He did, huh?
When you said James Brown, when you were telling me, like, Gary, he was in there commenting, I was thinking...
The other... I feel good.
I'm like, is he still alive? Really?
Nope, it was the metal James Brown.
Let's see, Barry Gomez. Hi, Barry.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Paul Smith has joined us.
Hey, Paul, what's happening?
CS. Jarrod, John Brown just put out a video on the Red 7 Leviathan just a few hours ago. God, it sounds magnif.
Dude, I can't. Magnif.
That's like if you say, what is the word that you say that I hate it? You, like, shorten a word. Totes. Oh, God. When he says totes, I'm like, dude, you're 52. You can't say totes.
I do it just as a joke, though.
You do it to get my goat.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. Totes, man. She'd be like, let's go here. It's really cool. And I'll be like, totes.
And then I go,
Yep.
CS, you cannot say magnif. You're too old for that.
Yeah, stop trying to be cool like me. Totes, man. Yeah. No, I can't.
It's like when I see a grown man type in comments of something he.
Oh, yeah.
He. I think of like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, it's creepy. Say ha ha or laugh out loud. Don't go he.
Now everyone's going to do that. Be my guest.
Isn't it creepy? It's creepy for an old dude to be like he.
Yeah, but I'm not old. I know.
I'm old, and you're older. So.
I am 35. I'm almost the opposite of that.
Yes, you are. Again, 35 again.
Yeah, I'm 35 again. Yeah, but no, I want to see that. Thanks for letting me know because I have a Leviathan on order. John Brown makes everything sound good though. So
Oh
it's
God,
like
here they go teeing.
Yeah, I knew it.
And teeing.
Yeah, give us a super chat with all hee-hees, and she's got to read all of them.
I'll spend that.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be a nice drink later.
Bill says hee hee.
I feel like it's okay for women, right? It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not weird for a woman to.
I'll have to read them. It would be better if I read them. Imagine that. Oh, Bob says hee hee. Oh, and hee hee.
No, you have to read it like this.
Yeah.
You have to go like that.
I don't think I can
See,
get up.
that was an awesome laugh. Ha ha ha. Whatever you just did, it was like a nice belly, throaty man laugh. That's good.
That's good.
Not. Oh God. Christopher. Hey. I'm sure you have a very manly laugh. That's not weird. Alexander, ha ha, tee. Oh, Dean says, I hate when people use bay. Yeah, bay. What are you talking about? Is it a sheep? I don't know.
Alexander. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for the super chat, Alexander.
Thank you. We'll take those all day. Thank you.
And Sean Casey, haha, he and more he. See us, he.
That's what we're all about here. We're all about the hee-hees.
Metal Snake, John Brown has interesting, quirky style.
He does. Yeah, he's that's James Brown.
Oh, that's right.
John's his brother. John is one of the best rhythm players out there. Yeah,
Starts with a J. Starts with a J.
Yeah, starts with a J. He is one of the best rhythm players out there, and he's in a band called Monuments, and they're insane.
Oh, God. JP51 I just put in a turtle, and I had flashbacks of when you went up to go potty the one time, and I had this monologue about a turtle.
Oh, thanks for saying
the
potty.
Dehydrated turtle. Yeah, well, I'm a girl. I can get away with it.
Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna go potty. Oh my God.
Barry Gomez just had coffee with a new coworker who plays drums, and he told me he can't jam with me because I'm a fascist, because I had a Trump hat on in one of my guitar videos. It's been an interesting night. Oh, that sucks.
Man, that sucks. That's too bad, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. We should all just get along and enjoy each other for the human beings that we are. That's what this channel's all about. We do the whole, we just
keep the political outside the door.
This channel is all about let's just have fun and enjoy some hee-hees and some some drinks and
Totes.
totes. Oh my God, totes. No, we're all about just having a good time, man. I mean, it's I'm sorry that happened, man. I really am.
Yeah.
I really, in a way, I guess you figured it out quick that it probably wouldn't have worked out anyways, right? So
Yeah, I mean, if that's happening on the first night, how it's gonna get worse.
yeah. Yep. I hear you, man. I'm sorry.
See us. Thanks for the super chat. He says Jarrod made the iconic phenom.
Tee. Thank you. So let's talk about the iconic a little bit, right?
Let's do it. You want me to get the?
Yeah. So go ahead and get a couple things ready, and I'll give my final thought. I'll do Jerry Springer here and give my final thoughts. Yeah. I honestly was surprised. So I got home. Matt from Motor City was kind enough to let me know that they landed. The Eagle has landed at the store. So I went and picked it up, and I got home, and I did not have time to even plug it in. I set it on that table that was over here, took a picture, posted it, and I had to go wash trucks. I got home at midnight from washing trucks in the cold, and I was dead tired. I was like, I gotta play this thing before I go to bed. I came down here and set it up, and I was up till 2:30 in the morning, setting up the live stream, playing the amp. And I got to tell you, even as tired as I was playing it. And I'm like, dude, tomorrow's going to be fun. I mean, I was like, this amp is definitely better than I thought it would be based on all the conjecture I heard. And again, no disrespect to anybody out there that doubted it or whatever. I'm just saying there was a lot of back and forth about it. And I thoroughly enjoyed playing the amplifier, and I thought it was great. The clean channel is great. The crunch channel is great crunch channel, and the lead channel does what it's supposed to do, So, and then, I got up the next morning and had like just over 5 hours of sleep, and I had to get down here and get ready for the live stream, and I still enjoyed playing it just as much. I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun today, and I was thoroughly impressed with it, especially at its price point. Again, I'd rather have a Stealth 100, but that doesn't take anything away from the Iconic. I mean, the Iconic is $8.99, and it's worth every penny. The Stealth is $22.99, and it's worth every penny. So that, all depends on what you want to spend. But I do think it's a great amp. And the thing is there's a lot of people out there, we all come from different walks of life, different financial situations, and there's people that just, man, I can't spend that kind of money. But if you can't spend big bucks on an amplifier, don't be ashamed to own the Iconic. Seriously, and I say that with the greatest amount of respect for that amp. It's a great amp for the price. It really is. I don't think you could go wrong. But if you're like one of those guys that collects like top shelf amplifiers, I mean, it's still probably something to have that would be kind of cool, but I just don't know if it would compare 100% to those, but I think it would have a respectable standing amongst that collection even still. I really do. So I think it's definitely worth considering. For show.
For show. You want ready? Do you want me to read these?
Yeah.
I quit. I quit.
You ain't quitting. Don't you quit on me.
I cannot hear you say that. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. All right, so String Bender 11672 commented on your live stream from yesterday.
Yes, I haven't heard any of these yet. So.
Said, this is great. Awesome commentary and killer riffs. One heck of a demo here. Great job.
Oh, thank you. Oh, did I tell you to just pick praising ones?
No, you said pick 10 of them, and that was the first one.
Okay. Oh, so we got some curveballs coming, don't we?
There weren't any bad ones.
Oh, really?
There were no negative ones.
Oh, well, that'll be a first.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take it.
Dean Harkness, who is in our stream tonight.
Hey.
He says, if you're a gigging guitarist, for the price, you could buy 2 Iconics for the price of a Stealth and have a backup. I imagine in a live situation, the differences are less noticeable. I don't gig, so Stealth for me, but I also don't want my nicest gear to be exposed to that environment.
Great points. Great points. Exactly. And the thing is you know, a lot of times when you are gigging and you have mics in front of an amplifier and they're played through 50,000 watts of PA power, it's like, can you really tell the difference between one amp and another as far as like, oh, I know that's a this and that? No, you can't. I mean, so yeah, you're right. I mean, and the thing is too, like, if I was to go play a show, like let's say we booked a show at the Token or whatever, it's a local place around here. Would I bring my Herbert? No.
No.
Hell no. Would I bring my Savage? No. Would I bring my Stealth? No. I would probably just bring my Kemper because these are studio queens. I do not want to bring these out and get them scuffed up and messed up, you know.
So you guys are lucky that you get to hear them.
Yeah, because I keep them here. I would not bring these amps to a local gig. Now, the exception would be if I was doing a local clinic type thing. I would bring them for that because people would expect to hear the amps at a local clinic because that's what I do here. But for a local show with like a performance kind of thing, I just bring the Kemper. You know, why bang up your amps when you can take something else that's easier to take and you know, less expensive.
There's a couple comments from the live chat. Jose, well, sorry, not Jose. Where'd it go? It jumped on me. Somebody was asking, what is the cab to the right of me? That was Ronnie K. What is the cab right of Carrie? My right or your right?
Probably your right of Carrie. That would be the Zilla, and that has a DV77 and a SM57 in it. Yep. SM57, that's the mic. DV77 and a Vintage 30. Yes.
JB says, I think for sure it was the cab that made the EVH demo sound bad. Your live streams prove that the Mesa 2x12 is awesome and that you can make anything sound good.
Oh, well, thank you. Who said that?
JB.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, well, that's one of the reasons why I use the Mesa 212 for a lot of my demos. I love my other cabs too, but the Mesa 212 is more relatable. You know, everybody's heard those, and a lot of people that watch the show have one. And they're familiar with vintage 30 speakers. So they're like, okay, thanks for using something that's familiar. Familiar. All right.
Sorry, I had to call you on that one.
Yeah.
It's familiar.
All right. It's familiar. I totes got that wrong. So every time you correct me, I'm going to say totes. And so yeah, it's people are glad I use something familiar, and that's why I use it. But yeah, thank you so much.
Steve Shaheen is with us.
Hey, what's up, man? Steve Shaheen got himself an Iconic.
Yeah, they know. Yep. They're talking about it.
Yeah, and he's done some demos on it. It sounds great. So.
Costas Look asked, he says, Jarrod, I have an XFX3 and I'm thinking of buying a Kemper for more tone options. Should I buy a Kemper or a real amp head?
Ooh, oh, that's a good one. If you want to stay in the digital world, then the Kemper would be definitely a better choice for you, and you will get way more tonal options because, I mean, all the amps are available. You don't have to wait for, the XFX guys like Cliff to put out an amp for you on there. It's modeled. I mean, you can go get any amp you want in KEMPER world, and they're free, or you can get them on the paid sites, or whatever. I think so, But if you want to go, from XFX to an amp, I would say keep your XFX and use it for cable method with whatever amp you want to get, and then you'd have like the best of both worlds. It'd be amazing. You'd be Hannah Montana with an amp.
Best of both worlds. Oh my gosh. All right, our next comment from your stream yesterday is from Josh H. He says at 34 minutes and 30 seconds-ish in, you make a great point here.
Oh.
I've often thought about why, given the advancements in amp building tech, why more amp builders don't make amps with a properly balanced low-end response. For a while, I thought it must be that they're catered towards standard E-tune players, but many still in that tuning and with light strings are super flabby sounding. Giving us a broad canvas allows us to tailor our preferred low end, as you say. Great stuff, Jarrod. You're always giving words of wisdom.
Ah.
Unless it's familiar.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, and what he's referring to is when I was talking about, some people complaining like, oh, that amp needs an overdrive. It shouldn't need one. It's like, dude, they're giving you a platform to build your own tone on and shape it yourself. That's your job. They're just giving you something to work with. And again, if they make an amp, I could go to an amp builder right now. Let's say I called James Brown and said, hey, let's make an amp together. And he was actually crazy enough to say yes. We would go in there and make it quote unquote tight enough and aggressive enough for me where I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. I don't need an overdrive. Let's put it on the market. 90% of the people will be like, I hate it. It's not for me. It's too aggressive, or it's too this, or not enough that, or, and then they couldn't fix it with their overdrive pedal because it's too sculpted. There's nothing to work with there. So you want enough low end to work with so that when you sculpt the amp with your pedal, it's got enough left over to work for you. So that's why there's 8 billion overdrive pedals out there, so because we all like something different. So, yep, so that's the point he was referring to.
Dean Harkness says, I'm going to start saying toads to annoy my teenage daughters. It will. Metal Snake. And Jarrod, I'm thinking about canceling my Generator 120 and getting an Obsidian. What should I do? I'm a 6505 fanboy, by the way.
Steve Shaheen, chime in here if you want. I mean, the Obsidian is a good amp. It's still here. I'm staring at it right now. It's across the room here. I think this Obsidian's good. It's got some good features, and it's cool that it's, custom and all that kind of stuff. It's after playing it a few times now and comparing it to my other amps, it's a little too on the mix ready side for me. It's a little too kind of sculpted for me. And again, this is just my opinion for whatever it's worth. I could be... regarding what you think, I could be completely wrong, but I think the Rev it's definitely going to have more options for you, more flexibility. You got the direct outs. I mean, I'm telling you, the Rev is, I couldn't in good conscience not recommend the Rev to you over the Obsidian. I would go that route. I really would.
There you go. So the next comment about your live stream yesterday, from Jay Ketterman. I think this was the best sounding demo I've heard so far.
Ooh.
I'm loving the low end thud with the harmonics.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, that amp has plenty of low end in it, so don't let any of the demos fool you. And I was pushing it with an overdrive, and it still had low end left over because James tailored it so that we can have an overdrive pedal and still have plenty of low end. So... and it was thumping hard, man. I had the cab right behind me, and I could feel it, man. I mean, it was plenty of low end in that amp. It was just fine.
So the next comment is from James Brown himself.
Ah!
In response to the various things people wish it had, extra EQ, more power, MIDI, etc. To get the price, we basically put in what it must have. 2 channels of EVH tones with independent gain, volume, 3 band, plus resonance, presence, effects loops. Then we added some flexibility and modern features like the voicing switches, speaker simulated XLR with power amp mute for silent recording, quarter power switchers, reverb, and an included metal foot switch.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing that a lot of people overlook is like, you know, when you're working with a company and then you got I mean, it's not just James back there going, I'm going to make an amp and no one has to approve of it. I mean, he's got to run it through all the other people there. There's marketing people, there's budget people, there's CEOs, CFOs. I mean, and they have to make decisions based on, okay, we got to put this out on the market in the real world and figure out a way to sell this. And what price point do we want? So they all decide on a price point, and then James has to go make that happen. That's his job. And there's going to be things that he's like, you know, I'd love to put these things in here, but at this price point,
cost more.
I can't do it. So, so instead of sacrificing quality, he sacrificed some features. I'd rather sacrifice features for quality, you know, any day. So again, I think the amp sounds really good. So. No problem there. And real quick, let me just brush on this. Johnny, I was talking to Johnny Romero yesterday about this. And wouldn't it be cool if EVH actually came out with like a full-blown American-made, ridiculous, like boutique version of the original 5150, you know, and that would be... I think that would be cool, and that's one of the things that I think, and I'm not saying EVH has thought this way or not, but I think some companies are afraid to do something like that because they're like, yeah, but are they really going to sell? And it's like, guys, believe in yourselves, you know? I mean, there are, I'll give you some examples. Kiesel makes $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 guitars, and they're booked for several months. You're several months behind to get a guitar. You know, Omega, same thing. We're just talking about Omega. I mean, you got to wait 9 months for one of those things. You know, Diesel Herbert, $4,200. People are buying them. Engel Savage, $3,000. People are buying them. I mean, Mesa Barba. I'm friends with Pierangelo on Facebook, and every day he's got a stack of Mesa Barbas that he's sending out to people. They're $3,000, $4,000 amps. So it's like if EVH, one of the most well-known brands in the industry, and they have such a great reputation, and they're associated with one of the greatest guitar players of all time. If they come out, and James Brown, if you're watching, if you guys come out with a boutique version of that amplifier that's just got, like, you know, all the stuff in it, American-made, like the best iron you can get, all the features, the MIDI, the whole bit, you know, I think it would sell like crazy. I really do. I think that amp would fly off the shelves and people would say, take my money. I don't even care. Give it to me. And that would be...
Do they already have one of those?
What's that?
Do they already have one of those?
No,
this was supposed to be something else.
Well, the Iconic was at a price point.
Yeah.
So, and they haven't made the 5150 in years, like years and years, a couple decades. So, if they brought that back, but did the boutique American, like full-blown, like ridiculous modern version of it, I'm telling you right now, that thing would... I would buy one. James Brown, take my money. I'll make it rain. Make one. I'll buy it. I'll make it rain.
Rain from your retirement account.
I don't care. I want it.
Sad day.
Yeah, I want it. That would be freaking awesome. That would be a killer amp, and I think they should do it. I really do. You know. So then you got the Iconic for that price point, and then you got the Ironic. You know, for the crazy people that wanted to spend the money.
Steve Evenchek says, Louis Torres said they are the reissue of the 5150 is in the works called the 1992.
I heard something about that. I just hope they really go full tilt on it.
Dane
hope they
said,
do.
Isn't it Peavey that's doing that? Maybe it's Peavey.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
JB, isn't EVH owned by Fender? That would depend on whether Fender wants to do boutique amps or not.
I think they have. I mean, if they got James Brown on board, why not? You got the guy, you know, milk that for relationship for all it's worth, man. I mean, James Brown gave us one of the best amplifiers ever built, and if there's anybody to do it, it's him.
Steve Shaheen chimed in and told Metal Snake he likes the 5150s over the Obsidian when it comes to playing through a mix. The Obsidian is good, but it does sit back in the mix a little.
Yeah, it's just I think it needs a little more girth.
Yeah. All right, let me go back to the next comment about your live stream yesterday.
Yes.
It's from Heavy Metal Chainsaw.
Ah, that's a cool name. It is.
I was hoping the Iconic would sound good, but not this good.
Ooh.
It has lots of snarl on the red channel and a
Does.
good layer of harmonic overtones and richness. Lots of work went into the dist circuit, D-I-S-T.
Probably distortion circuit.
Circuit, I can tell. No, it won't sound like a stealth, but I wasn't expecting that anyway. Overall, this Iconic has a lot of fire in it. Great video.
Oh, thank you. And he's right. It did sound great, and there's a lot of good stuff about it. There really is. Honestly, there really is. I mean, there's a lot of work that went into it. It's not like James Brown went in the workshop and just was like farted out an amp, you know. I mean, it was months and months and months of work, you know, and testing and, you know, can you imagine the schematics and all the...
I would want to buy it if he farted it out.
But, you know, I mean, there's a lot of work that went into it. Things don't just happen overnight. So, and we got to give the guy a lot of respect. I mean, that's something that I said in my live stream before that live stream is like, look, let's give the guy give him a chance. He deserves it. You know, I mean, he's earned that by being who he is and making the most iconic amp in history, which is a 5150.
It's funny. I'm looking at James Brown comment and his little profile picture, and he just looks like this regular dude.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
got looks like he's been hunting. Got
Yep.
a camo hat on. And
Yeah, he looks like he is. He's just a regular guy. He's just a cool guy. I'm friends with him on Facebook. You know, we don't interact a lot, but I mean that's okay. I mean he's just a regular guy. He's
Yeah.
always posting pictures. Me and my wife are out to dinner. Here we are at the pool, and just regular stuff. You know, you would never know. He was the guy that made one of the most crazy, iconic amps in history. He's just a regular dude, you know, and I appreciate that about him.
So 23 hours ago, this regular dude said, "Great and very thorough run-through."
Ah,
Gave
well,
a nice
thank you.
compliment.
No, that was nice. I appreciate that.
He also said the 80-watt power level was picked to get closer to the various
Variac.
Variact, V-A-R-I-A-C-E-D.
Yep, Variac.
Down tone Ed used sometimes, and to help the tubes last longer. It just uses a bit lower voltage rail. So the biggest difference between the 100-watt Stealth, which really puts out closer to 120 watts,
Yep, makes
and
sense.
the 80-watt Iconic, which is just 80 watts, is that 50% increase of headroom. And that you had the Stealth bass cranked while the Iconic was on 1.
Where do I have the stealth bass? Well, see, he was looking at the picture. It's an old picture of my stealth settings, but my bass is at 1 o'clock now. Right there. It's 1 o'clock. Yeah, I've lowered it down. So it was at 1 o'clock that night. It was the same exact spot as the Iconic. But the picture I have up there when I pull up the stealth, you know, picture is old. It's an old picture. You know, I should probably update
Well,
that.
poop.
Yeah.
You have to go in there and comment on
Yeah,
that one.
I just didn't want to seem argumentative. I mean,
I
but
see.
that is the truth. They were both at the same setting. The Stealth has a bigger sound. It just does.
He also said he commented a lot, which
Wow,
is wonderful.
That is cool.
The noise gate reduces the amp's hiss dramatically, but it's tough to cut out the guitar's buzz or hum pickup when you're sitting right next to the power transformer.
That's what I figured.
Also, if your guitar was turned down and you have send return cables to the Helix, you may be getting a ground loop.
That's possible because it did work the night before. I tested it. I'm like, oh, it does work. And then I did it again that night, and I'm like, it's not making a difference. So there might have been something going on because it really did work.
All right. And the last comment that I had screenshotted from yesterday is from Bobcat. He says, Jarrod, I think I noticed you changed things up on your delay pedal, that norm. What delay are you using in settings, if you don't mind? Maybe tell me Sunday. Have a good weekend. Buddy.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you right now. So, delay, it's the same delay, so it's the 850 milliseconds, feedback's 40%, mix is 35%. That's pretty much it. You know, that's it right there. So it's just I think it's called simple delay. I renamed it because you can do that on the Helix. It's called TW Crunch Delay. But yeah, those are the settings. Pretty straight up.
Metal Freak says he is from Texas, probably talking about James Brown. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let me go back. It jumped on me again. He is from Texas, and I love watching all your videos. Big fan. I ordered a 5150 Iconic head and cabinet.
Thank you.
I get mine after Christmas. I think it sounded great and can't wait to get it. Have a Merry Christmas.
Hey, good for you, man.
Merry Christmas
thank you
to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, and thank you for the kind words, and congrats, man. I think you're really going to like it. I mean, Steve Shaheen likes it. I mean, he's played every single amp on the planet by now. I mean, that guy's, gosh, he's played almost everything. And he thinks it's good, so, I mean, that says something, too, you know? It's a good amp.
JB wants to know if James Brown designed the JSX. That's an awesome amp, and I think I remember seeing his name on the circuit schematic I have from PD.
Yes, I'm pretty sure he did. I just saw an interview with him and two other guys yesterday. It just popped up on my feed on YouTube, probably because of, you know, like me doing the Iconic and stuff. And I'm pretty sure he did work with Joe on that amp. Yep, I'm almost positive he said something about that in there.
Chicago Todd is with us.
Hey,
Chicago Todd.
What's up, Todd?
Let's see. Oh, he's from Texas. Metal Freak is from Texas.
Oh, okay. Not James. Yeah.
CS says James Brown is a regular guy who just happens to have the best job in the world.
He's got some great Eddie stories, too.
Well, I bet. Toads. JV says, I'd be interested to know James Brown's background. Is he an engineer or was he an amp tech? How did he start?
Yeah, that would be good. I called EVH when this amp was announced, and they said they would put me on the list of people that could review or interview him, but there's a long list, so who knows if we'll ever get to, but I'd love to, because I got questions.
Well, do you want to play a little something?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear the Badlander.
Badlander. So it's not the Iconic. That had to go back to
Motor City
Guitar. That's who lent Tone Wars.
Yes, they were kind enough to lend it to me, and that was very cool of them.
Yeah.
You know, so I very much appreciate that. So if you want the amp, I mean, click the link below and get it. From Motor City, they'll send it to you. You don't pay any sales tax if you live outside the state of Michigan, and it is definitely a good amp. You know, it's definitely worth $8.99. That's for sure. That's, I think it's a very well priced amp that sounds good. So, anywho, let me mute the room mic here and let me fire up these guys. Look at this. Isn't that cool? I could do this on the show. Boom. There's my cab.
Steve Evenchek keeps putting in there. Red 7.
Oh, I'll get the Red 7. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. I don't know. It'll probably be here in January.
Every once in a while, I look down and there he is, Red 7.
Yeah. John, we'll watch that tonight. John Brown's, he got one, the steampunk. I was the one that showed you the steampunk version. Oh,
yeah.
God, that looks so cool. All right, let's hear the Badlander. Let me mute the mic here.
Do it. right. I love that. When he's done playing, before he popped the mic back on, he was like,
At least I wasn't like totes. Oh man, I'm telling you, that amp is just doing it for me tonight, man.
I can actually enjoy it now that that's
Yeah, that I got the
blankie
freaking
on it.
yeah, the blankie.
Blankie.
Yeah, I use packing blankets. So if you ever want to mute your cab when you're miking your cab in the studio or whatever, packing blankets are the shiz. I mean, they work really good. You just put
Really
over,
good.
you just fold it over twice and put it over top and just kind of drape it, you know, so it's not touching the mic or anything. And man, it just really does the trick. I prefer it off, but I gotta make this one happy too. And it's so worth it. She's milking that humidor, man.
That's right.
You turned into a diva. That's a little too loud there, mister.
I am never a diva.
Humidor.
You know you're a bigger diva than I am.
Yeah, I can be. I can be.
Who's the diva out of these?
It depends.
No, it's you.
All right, what am I a diva
When have I
about?
ever been upset at a show? How many times were you upset at a show?
Well, let me think here.
So many times.
Oh, well, that's because people are stupid. That's why.
So many times.
So many loops. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, remember the show, the first show we did at the Maidstone? That was upsetting.
Well, yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about it. It's not even open anymore.
No, so go
Yeah.
ahead. I don't care.
I know, but a lot of local people really like the place.
No, I'm not talking about this place. Just what happened while we were on stage.
What happened while you were on stage?
We got carpet bombed.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes!
We got
so
crop
many
dusted.
things happened there. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
And also nasty.
Yeah, somebody crop dusted.
Somebody dropped their... they saved up this gas bomb.
For like a year.
I was going to say all day, but yeah,
It was bad.
and waited until they were on stage. It was either our bass player or the other male vocalist
Yeah.
at the time. But
And
I walked into that cloud and nearly fainted. It was awful! Awful! That was...
I'm looking over at her and she had this almost like a melting candle face.
And then it wafted over to you, and you were like,
Yep.
he gets this face.
Yeah, and she's like, look at me like, I'm like,
How am I supposed to sing now?
oh, that was bad.
It
That was
so bad.
It was really, really bad.
Yeah, there was the time that I almost got kidnapped and raped in the parking lot.
Oh, that was awful.
That was super
yeah,
scary.
That was
I
was
had
fun.
left something out in the car, and it was before the club actually opened. It was like, there's the load-in time or
Yeah.
whatever, and we were inside, and I was like, oh, I left something. I'm going to run back out and get it. And I should not have gone by myself.
Yeah.
I got to my car, and I was maybe 4 feet away from my car. It was too far to be able to run back to it
Yeah.
and get in and be safe, and I was too far away from the club door.
Yeah.
And there was a young man walking towards me, and he was like, hey, you know what time it is? And I was like, I didn't have my phone. I was like, nope, I don't, and you can probably figure it out inside. And he sped up his step, and I had my purse, and that was it.
Yeah.
I was just like, stop! I yelled. I was like, stop! Please don't come any closer to me. Just talk to me inside. Just talk to me inside. And he luckily,
Yeah, he backed
backed
off.
off
Oh.
and was like, lady, I just want to know what time it is. And I ran into the club, but there are stories. There's
Yeah.
stories
Yeah.
of women getting raped in the parking lot there, and I should have known better. I should have
Yeah.
asked somebody to go with me.
I was like, yeah, next time. I was like, you bring me out there. I'd love to whoop some ass.
Yeah, that was a scary place.
Yeah, it was a scary place.
Yeah.
So, anyways, on to happier things.
I know, right? Let's see. Okay,
Sheesh.
we've got a lot of comments. JB, Ola used the Badlander for all rhythm guitar tracks in his solo album.
It's a
Star
great
Singer.
amp. It really is a great amp.
Dean has that album and really enjoys it,
Oh.
especially Space Invaders. I think it's called, with the violin parts. Let's see. CS is joking with you. That sounds thin and fizzy. Just kidding. He's kidding.
I kid.
Sean Casey liked it.
Thank you.
JB says Ola loved the Badlander and JP2C. He's an awesome player too. Really
He
good
is.
style of lead playing and everything.
Ola's amazing. Yep.
Mark LeBlanc, awesome playing, Jarrod. I've never
Oh.
been able to learn legato licks.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, legato's definitely something I'm trying to get better at. It takes a lot of hand strength over here because you're not picking every note. So you got to hit those notes hard with your fingers without having to pick to enforce the note. So you got to really, it's not as easy as people think. Oh, legato's cheating. No, it's not. It's hard, It is.
Dean wants to know, here's a question. I have the Stealth 50 but have been thinking of selling it for 100 or keep the 50 and get a Badlander.
Ooh.
Jamie wants me to get a Badlander.
Boy, that's a tough one because the Stealth 50 is a great amp. The Badlander would be a good addition to your, to your collection. That's a tough one there because you already have the Stealth 50. God, I love the Hyundai. It's great. Oh, you can do this. Get the Hyundai, sell the 50, and then get the Badlander. There you go. That would be the compromise.
CS says, I'm not much of a Mesa guy, so shoot me, but I love the sound of the Badlander. I may have to take a closer look.
No, it's worth the closer look. And you hit it, and I know you love the Mud Killer. And that pedal pairs with the amp very well. Very well.
CS says, I love a good crop dust story. I have many of my own. I'm usually the stealth bomber.
Dude, I'll never forget that night. We were all like...
Oh, and nobody owned up to it either.
Nope.
Nobody.
I would have. If it was... I would have been like...
It was an epic bomb.
I would have been like, yeah, that was me, man. When I do it right. Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
It was awful. You could almost see it. It was that bad. It almost had like a form to
No,
it.
if I could have seen it, I would not have walked into it.
Yeah. When I saw you step up to your mic, it was almost like you banged your head on something. You're like, doink, doink, bonk. Oh! You're like looking around like, all right, you had that mom thing? All right, who did it? I'm taking off my sandals. Who did it?
Wacky.
Who's getting the shoe? You getting the shoe ring?
Let's see.
That was
Captain
nasty.
Overdrive is rocking, Sean Casey. Mark LeBlanc.
Thank you.
I use packing blankets too. They're a lifesaver. Yeah.
They are great, man. They really do work. And luckily, I'm sitting in front of it, so you can't even see it behind me. So it's not like it's an eyesore.
Steve Aventek, is it true the Stealth 100 doesn't have a good clean channel like the 50?
No, it's great. The clean channel on the Stealth 100 is absolutely perfect. Nothing wrong with it.
Metal Snake, what boost are you using? I'm interested in Mud Killer, but I prefer 3-band EQ on future boost purchases.
The 3-band EQ is a good idea, but I am using the Mud Killer, and it's great. It really is a good boost pedal. It really maintains the tonal characteristics of the amp. It just pisses it off just enough.
Metal Snake says, my finger is hovering over the order button, but Aries Brutal Drive pre-orders are open.
Aries Brutal Drive?
Aries Brutal Drive. The pre-orders are open.
Aries Brutal Drive?
AIRIS. Aries.
Aries Brutal Drive. What's that? Because I know Aries has... I have an Aries pedal. Where is it? Where's my Aries? Oh, it's right here. The KS? Oh, that's Eros. Sorry.
Yeah, EROS.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Eros. I get all my Greek gods mixed up here.
Jamie says, Jarrod, have you tried the fart pedal? It's a real thing.
It
No
is.
joke.
It is a
Oh,
real thing.
gosh.
There is a fart pedal. Ola actually did a video on
I
it.
gotta go get my fart gun.
Yep, the fart pedal and the fart gun.
Every
We'll have a
time
fight.
you say toads, I'll...
We'll have a fart fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dean Harkness, well, I see the 2022 is going to be expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be expensive for a lot of people. I got one more amp coming.
Sheldon Swan, Mud Killer would be good to have with a Badlander or 2-channel rectifier because you can use it as a channel switcher as well.
Yeah, that is correct. That is very correct. You're right. And I seriously, I do love this pedal. I mean, because the Badlander's pretty sculpted as it is. There's low end in it, but it doesn't have an overabundance of it. So when you do push it with certain pedals, it'll thin out and start sounding kind of choked. With the Mud Killer, you have the fat and skinny knob. You know, that it goes all the way to the left is fat mama jokes and all the way up to skinny mama jokes. So, and I have it kind of in the middle, but just below the middle to add in a little more low end. And the difference between that and the notched attack knob on the Horizon Devices Precision Drive is it's variable. It's not notched. So you can pick all the little in-between spots too. And I really like the flexibility.
Oh, there's a new name I haven't seen before. Obscurum Cases?
Oh, I haven't seen that name either. What's up?
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for commenting and being in the chat. What amp does Jarrod have coming?
Oh, it's the Red 7 Leviathan.
Leviathan.
The Leviathan. It's supposed to be amazing, but we'll find out soon enough.
CS says he can't recommend the Mud Killer enough. It replaces 5 of his overdrive pedals.
Yeah, it's my go-to now. I mean, I've always been a precision drive guy, and I like the Mud Killer better. I really do. It's just a great freaking pedal.
Chicago Todd says the Brutal Drive V3.5 returning soon. There's been enough interest that we're going to do more Brutal Drives in 2022.
Oh, nice. I'll have to look that up. The Brutal Drive.
Brutal Drive.
I'm all
Like
about-
your Brutal pack, son.
Yeah, the Brutal Kemper pack. Yeah, I'm all about the brutal stuff. Apparently, the brutes.
Well,
Yeah, I can do another mix too.
yeah, do it. We got some time.
All right, let me do one more mix because I'm literally enjoying this amp.
I am literally enjoying this amp as well.
It doesn't sound amazing.
Now that you put the blanket
Now that I
over
put
it.
the blanket over it. Nice. All right, 1 second, guys. That song is always such a challenge, but so rewarding. I just love all
I
the.
just love what you did with the song.
Oh well, thank you. It's just fun. It's a long solo, but I'm always nervous when I play it because it's a lot to remember. But
Right.
I'm telling you guys, all those like high pitched like harmonics and stuff, that's the freak out pedal. And if you don't own one of those pedals, oh, you're missing out. It really does some cool stuff, and it's great for cleans too.
Yeah.
It adds some really cool, spooky things to clean solos as well. It's just a really, really great pedal to have.
Let's see where I left off. You need a Savage Drive, Jarrod from Metal Snake.
All right, I'll give it a try, man. I will give it a try.
Carmine, can anyone recommend a digital distortion pedal besides the DS1X?
That's a good question. I've never used a digital distortion pedal, so I really wouldn't know where to start on that.
Evencheck said the other John Brown just did a video on the Red 7 today. Jarrod, I sent it to you.
Ah, I will. Thank you. I will check it out for sure.
JB says, I'm looking at your settings, and they're almost the same as mine, but my bass is at 3, my mid is at 11, and treble slightly higher. So they are not almost the same. They're different.
Yeah, let me see where I'm at now. Maybe I've changed some things. I got the bass.
James Brown, John Brown, there's way too many J's.
Yeah, I got the bass all the way up. Mids are just at 11, and trebles at 1 o'clock. That's where I have it. Yep, and the gain's all the way up because I'm using the crush channel. Because I'm doing rhythms and leads, on it, because I'm not switching channels, so I just do rhythms and leads, and the amp's tight enough, and it doesn't get muddy when you crank the gain on the crush channel. It's all usable, So I love it. Yeah, it's a great amp. It really is.
Jesus asked you a question.
What?
He says, if you had to put all 4 top row amps against each other, who is coming out on top as the monster?
The monster.
Do you have did you set it up like the wine shop?
Your
top shelf, and then
I don't know.
The mid price, it's everyday wine.
No, because Mesa Boogie would be up there.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's an expensive amp.
You should do that though. You've got your.
Probably the most brutal amp on my top shelf might be the Engel Savage on the top shelf, and then everything else would be almost like photo finish second place. But the most brutal amp I think on my wall behind me is the Stealth 100. That amp's just nasty. It's just so freaking nasty. I love that amp. I really do. That amp can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. It's just insane. Doesn't mean it's my favorite, but it's definitely the most brutal. It's one of my favorites.
Metal Snake says he's kind of done with tone knobs.
Oh, with the guitar? Yeah, I hate having a tone knob on a guitar because it's pantsed me too many times. You're playing, you're like, why does this sound like crap? And you're like, doing all this stuff, and my tone knob's halfway down. I've actually done recordings for the show like that. I get done and I'm like, it just sounds weird, and I'm like, I grab my guitar and I pick it up, I bump the tone knob and it goes up, and I'm like, this whole time? I gotta redo all those tracks? Yeah.
You need an assistant.
Yeah. Make sure your tone knob's up. Yeah. Should call it the totes knob. But, my Kiesel's not gonna have a tone knob on it, so.
Clifford Klein, is there a lot of gain available on the Badlander without boosting it?
It has plenty of gain, I would say, but I boost every amp because it tightens it up and adds some aggression. Because of me. Yeah, exactly. Jarrod. See, the thing is boosting an amp doesn't add gain. It just tightens it up and makes it more responsive, It makes it seem like you're getting more gain because it becomes so aggressive, but you're not really adding any more gain. You're just adding some shove into the front end and making the amp respond better. It's kind of what it is. It's like hitting a nitrous switch. You're not putting more gas in the tank. You're just shoving that engine harder, and it's sucking in more air and shooting down the road. It's the same thing with the amp. It's like a nitrous switch.
Steve Evencheck, if you have 2 volume knobs, you could turn one down and use the toggle to make a tremble of sound.
Tremble?
Just what it says. TREMBLE. Make a tremble of sound.
I never heard of that. Interesting.
Metal Snake. Anyways, the Purple Nightmare needs some love.
Oh yeah, that amp's great.
Tremolo. He corrected it. Tremolo.
Oh yeah, you probably could do that. Yeah, yeah. The Purple Nightmare is definitely a freaking nasty amp too. It's pretty dry.
I just took my ear thing out.
Oh okay. Yeah, it's pretty dry amp. It's probably my least forgiving amp to play. It's pretty unforgiving, but it is a great amp. Really, really good amp.
Let's see. Sean Casey, you need to review the Walrus Eris 5-stage distortion pedal. Lord with the names.
I know there's so many.
The Walrus Eris.
Yeah, if I get my hands on one for free, or loan or whatever, I will. I'm done buying gear to review for the channel because I have spent more money doing that and got nothing in return regarding that. So I gotta. It's business now, But
that's right.
That said, Rev did send me their G8 pedal to review, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll be reviewing that this week. I can't wait to set that pedal up. I'm going to set it up with my Helix 4 cable.
You should start doing Saturday reviews.
I probably could, because yesterday worked out really good. But yeah, the Rev G8 was it looks like a really good pedal. Everything I've seen on it so far has been really cool. So, I mean, noise gates aren't the sexiest pedal in the world. It's a noise gate, but it's so freaking handy. So when you do, it cuts out all that hum and buzz and hiss, and it does make a difference. So I'm going to definitely review that.
Kimball says, I'm going to get the Stealth 100 watt. Any suggestions for a cab? I have a Randall RD212 V2, but Randall has raised their prices by an insane amount.
I would just get, seriously, man, the safest bet to get for a cab is the Mesa 212 with vintage 30s. Get the oversized one. You get a little more girth to the sound. It's got a little more resonance. A little more residents live there.
Chicago Todd's giggling because you said girth.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't say he.
Yeah. No, it's. I think the vintage 30s and the Mesa 212 is the way to go. That's what you're listening to tonight. Is this cab right here. And that's the exact one I use. And I'll tell you what, I think it's $8.99, I think. And I'm telling you, that cab is worth it. And take the wheels off. Don't put the wheels on. Put it right on the floor, and you'll feel that resonance. And I just think it's such a good cab. It's a no-brainer cab.
I got the odds.
And if you want to go crazy, and get something a little more boutique and a little more like, more like something you can design yourself, more customized, go to Zilla and get a Fat Boy and get a DV77 in one side and Vintage 30 in the other. That's what I have over there. And, man, that cab sounds incredible. I would fire it up for you tonight, but it's facing Carrie, and it would knock her out of her chair. And then she'd knock me out of my chair. So.
Then I'd take back that humidor.
Yeah, she'd take her humidifier or humidor and go home.
I almost said that myself.
She'd be packing up and leaving.
CS says 2 volume knobs and no tone knob, ? That could be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Jesus, how comparable is the Purple Nightmare to a dual rec?
Oh, good question, because the dual rec was actually the muse for that amp. Merrick, when he made the Purple Nightmare, he loved dual recs, but he got tired of having to step on his boost pedal all the time when he went from his clean to his rhythms and stuff. So he wanted to make an amp with a boost built in, and that's how the Purple Nightmare was born. I would say that sonically, as far as the size of sound goes, it's very comparable. It's got that big booming sound, and it is a pretty tubby amp without an overdrive, but that's okay. Hit it with an overdrive, and it tightens right up and gets really aggressive. The sizzle switch on it gives you a more aggressive, top end that's got a lot of texture to it. As opposed to the fizzy top end that you get out of the dual rec. The dual recs are fizzy and flubby. You can fix the flub with an overdrive, but you can't really take that fizz out. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. There's tons of different types of top end. With the dual recs, you get the fizz, and it helps it cut through a mix, and it's actually a good thing. In a mix, it sounds amazing. But with the Purple Nightmare, it's a more aggressive. just like a lot of texture to it. It's almost like running your hands across like really like grainy sandpaper. It's just really, you can feel the texture there. It's really nasty. So that's the main differences between the two. And the clean channel on the Purple Nightmare is much better than the dual rack. More musical.
Metal Snake. Jarrod, I own a 6505 plus 120 and a 50 watt 5153. Should I still get a 100 watt stealth and be a 5150 freak?
What was the last part of that?
Should I still get a 100 watt stealth and be a 5150 freak?
Yes, and I'm not saying that because I love the stealth and I think it's awesome. I mean, that's one of the reasons, but there's a huge difference between the stealth and the 6505. They are vastly different from each other. So the one thing you're going to notice right away when you play the stealth, especially put the blue channel up against the most high gain channel you get on the 6505 plus, and you're going to find that great texture, that top end. And when you switch back to your 6505, the top end's going to feel soft compared to the stealth. The stealth has just a big, fat, huge sound with a really just a gut punch on the low end, but the top end on it it's just solid. It's got a solid, very aggressive top end, but it doesn't hurt your ears. It's not spiky and like harsh. It's the perfect type of top end for metal. And again, you'll switch between them, and you'll never believe how soft your 6505 was on the top end compared to the stealth until you put them together, and you're like, oh my God, he's right. There is a difference. In fact, the stealth, I shot it out with the EL34 100, and the EL34, as soon as you switch back and forth, you can hear how much softer the EL34 is than the stealth, and you'd never know until you put them together. The EL34 is amazing. I got it up in my living room. Great amp. But if you want the most brutal top end with a great amount of low end and mids, the stealth is the way to go. And I think it's different enough to add to your collection where it won't be like, well, why'd you buy that? You already have something like it. It's completely different. I know it's long-winded, but...
Well, that's it for tonight.
No,
Thanks for joining us. Every day's a gift, and thanks for sharing yours with us. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
No, I just try to give people thorough answers.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You sure did.
You sure did. Now shut your mouth.
Metal Snake. I ordered a KSR cab, and it's awesome.
Oh, nice. I know they make good cabs.
Kimball says that was one I'm looking at. Thank you.
Oh,
How
cool.
old is your Mesa cab? JB wants to know.
Man, when did we get those? Was that we got them at Sweetwater.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Is that 3?
3 years, because we couldn't go 2 years ago. 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, 3 years old. Yeah, they're this many. They just lost their first tooth. Yeah, they're broken though. I use the hell out of them.
Let's see. Metal Snake. I have the cab. And let's see. Steve Evenchek. You can get a Harley Benton dirt cheap. Comes with a vintage 30 made out of birch.
Yeah, well, the vintage 30, the cabinet's birch, but the vintage 30s are the Chinese ones. It's actually a decent cab. So you want to save money, I honestly think that the Harley Bentons are one of the best, budget cabs out there. I got one upstairs, and it sounds really good. It's a little darker than the Mesa, but it's still a good cab,
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right.
I got the food yawns. I need food to get energy.
We got to get some food in us.
Obscurum. Difference in the stealth and the savage, please.
Stealth and the Savage. So the Engel Savage has its own voicing. It's got that European, that German scowl to it. It's a very different amp. It's a little darker, but you can brighten it up by turning the contour switch off. But you're going to have more tonal options on the Savage because you have 4 channels. And it has a great rhythm channel, great clean channel. Channel 4 is money. It's just a really rich, thick, bombastic, ridiculous channel. You can use it for rhythm or lead, but the channel 2 is a great rhythm channel. And then it has channel 3, which is that quirky one. When you hit a wah with it, it gets really spooky and just it's weird, but it's like the cool weird. It's really cool. So you have that as a secret weapon with that amp, and it has MIDI. So you have MIDI with that as well, and it's fully programmable. So there's more features in it, you know. But with the Stealth, you're going to get 3 really good channels and definitely less options. So if you're not into a lot of options or even potential option paralysis, you'd want to go with the Stealth. I think either amp would be a great choice for you, though.
Brad Shimke is so funny.
What?
Dear Santa Chugs, let's shoot out my modded 5150 with your Stealth one day. Also get Care Bear some caffeine. I know, I've had the yawns for like 20 minutes.
I know. We're both pretty hungry. We ate like several hours ago.
It was like 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's been a while.
1 or 2, but I just wasn't hungry before the show, and now I'm like, need food.
Well, we'll be on for, probably about 10 or so minutes more. So, well, we're minutes away from food, but we can shoot those out.
Do you have one more to play, and then they can get their last comments and questions in?
What do I have? What have I not played on this guitar? I don't think I do.
I don't think they'd be mad if you played that new one again.
The
spooky one.
Oh, yeah, I could do Night Terrors again, if you want. Sorry, I don't have any other songs for the red guitar. So I could do Time Flies, but I haven't practiced that in weeks, and I probably forget half of it.
Oh my gosh, you might fart right in front of everybody.
Oh my God, Becky! Touts! Yeah, so let me, I guess I'll do another Night Terrors, I guess. Sorry to be so repetitive.
I guess, maybe.
I guess maybe.
Well, it's a
Hang
good song,
here.
so.
Hoo. There we go.
Nice.
God, that song. That's fun to play, man. I was going to put that in a community jam. I forgot to do that. We should do another community jam. If you guys want, email me. My email's in the link. Email me if you want to be on the next community jam. We'll do Night Terrors.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll do Night Terrors.
I like it.
Let's do it. I want to see what your guys' take is on that.
JB is excited for his Titan Blue Majesty on the way for Christmas.
Yes. Yeah, good for you, dude. That's going to be awesome. That's a beautiful guitar.
Sean Casey thinks Night Terrors is your best song.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. I appreciate that. I'm working on some pretty crazy stuff for you guys that I can't wait to release. I'm going to be getting back into practicing every morning more and more now, so I can't wait to get those done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one called Armageddon that's coming. It's insane. Yeah, it's a hard one to play. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on with that one.
JB says the Badlander just has this mean growl to it.
It really does. I think the Badlander is a great amp. What?
Chicago Todd says Carrie will be doing a new one called Night Yawns.
Night Yawns.
I know. Sometimes it happens. What are you going to do?
She gets the yawns. Remember when you used to wake up at 4 a.m?
Yeah.
And around 8 o'clock every night, she'd be like,
I know.
Turned into a pumpkin.
I tried this exercise program where you had to commit to being at the club 5 days a week.
At 5 a.m.
They had different times, but I worked a regular 9 to 5 job at the time, full time, 40 hours a week or whatever, and I couldn't go, and I had kids.
You killed it.
I did.
You did.
Killed it. I killed myself too, but
yeah, you totally killed it though.
Yeah, I really had the night yawns. Not
yeah.
good.
I remember at band practice, you were always yawning.
Yeah.
You were so tired.
But I'm so dedicated.
Yes.
I pushed through.
You did.
I'm still here for you guys.
Yep. She did, man. She's definitely one of the most badass chicks I've ever known.
I am so not badass.
Yeah, well, when it comes to certain things, you are. Yes. You definitely, was definitely a great bandmate when we were in those bands and stuff together. Yeah, I could always count on you.
I carried your weight, that's for sure.
I carried my weight. Look at this. I give her a compliment. It's like, yeah. You're buying at Culver's then. Culver's is on you tonight.
I can do that.
I get a humidor and Culver's.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thanks.
JB likes my shoes. I think these are Jarrod's favorite shoes too.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah. I've had them for a few years, and I don't wear them often because you have to wear something that is muted. Like these have to be the thing that everybody sees.
Yeah, those are insane. How did you get those? I don't even remember.
I walked into DSW and
got them.
Bought them.
I don't know if that was just some weird adventure because those are insane.
Thank you.
Those are insane shoes.
They're black satin and they have a gold, a red, and a purple like brocade, kind of like an Asian maybe.
Yeah.
Brocade. I love them, and they weren't crazy expensive. They're probably 50-ish.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah. Thanks for noticing. Look, I'm not yawning. I'm talking about shoes.
Yeah, look at that. Shoes are shopping. We're good.
One more mic. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Paul Smith says, you're a real trooper, Carrie.
I saw somebody mention Kyle Bull in here earlier. Where was that?
Oh, they were saying that he was reviewing, he's getting a new 6505. Oh, my ears just died.
Oh, 6505 V2 1990. Oh, let me get my glasses so I can read this.
That's right. Kyle Bull is getting the new 6505 V2 1992 amp from Peavey to review this week. You can't play anymore because my ears are dead.
Oh, okay. I'm done anyway. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to text him and ask him about that. I had no idea that was coming out. I had no idea at all. So I should know these things, but I don't. I almost got a chance to hang out with Kyle. He texted me yesterday. He's like, hey, because they played here in Detroit. Mm-hmm. In his band Bushido code, and he was like, "Hey, I'm heading over to Motor City," and I was at Motor City dropping off the Iconic, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm here." And then he's like, "Oh, I just found out we can't go. We got to set up for the show," and I'm like, "Okay, well that sucks." I mean, I was hoping I could, hang out with him for a few. But I was going to go see his band, but then I already had plans with Jay, Warm Chord Music, good friend of ours.
Hey, he's not in here.
Yeah, he's on
That's
vacation.
right there in Ohio.
Yeah, so we planned a couple weeks ago to go to this really schnazzy cigar bar down where he lives. So I drove an hour last night, and we had a great time. We went to this really swanky cigar bar. It was awesome, and had some really cool drinks. They bring them to you in a box with the smoke, and they open the box, and all the smoke comes out. I had a smoked old fashioned and a really nice cigar, and we just sat there and hung out, and it was freaking awesome. If you guys haven't if you smoke cigars and you haven't had a chance to go to a cigar bar, you should really go, especially where they serve martinis and stuff. It is amazing. It's really, but
unless you get a young waitress that wants to tell you
everything, the whole life story. That was interesting, but yeah, but it was fun. But make sure you bring your money, because holy, yeah.
You spent over $100 on 2 people.
Yeah, if you go there if it's 2 people, it'll run you at least $150 between the drinks, the cigars, and just whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap, but
Tips. Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun.
Chicago Todd says, I heard a funny thing about waking up at 4 a.m. The most disturbing thing about waking up... So sorry, my screen keeps jumping. The most disturbing thing about accidentally waking up at 4 is realizing that some people do it intentionally to exercise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jean says, when I wake up at 4 a.m., it usually involves throwing a cat outside. Yeah. Metal Snake, why aren't you singing, Carrie? Because I smoked a cigar earlier, and I typically can't.
Yeah, she
After
can't.
I smoke a cigar, I can't sing. It dries too dry. And...
Yeah, her voice. Like, I notice, like, if I smoke a cigar late at night, I get the next morning when I get up, I'm like an octave lower vocally. Yeah. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I made a choice. It was like celebrate earlier or sing later. So I made a choice today.
Yeah. I sound
we'll
like
sing
Stallone.
next week, though.
Yeah, we could do that. I sound like Stallone when I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm always, eesh.
I've been guzzling the water.
Yeah.
Let's see, where did I leave? Oh, Chicago Tide was talking to Dean. Is 1992 considered vintage now? Oh, God. That's the year before I graduated in 93. I hope. Is it? Is that vintage?
I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. If that really is for real coming out, it sounds like it is. I'd totally check one out. I mean, I think that would be awesome. I'll have to talk to Marty at Motor City and see if they're getting any 1992s in. Because if that's the case, I mean, I'd totally check one out. Why not?
Brad Chimke, Care Bear gets an A. Let's see. Brad, I can't weed through it. Battling the yawns. I get an A for battling through the yawns. I've been there on tour with 8 hours of sleep through 3 shows, which is equivalent to having kids and Santa chugs to deal with. Right?
Santa chugs. I can be a lot to deal with sometimes.
It's right.
Sean Casey says, well, I haven't smoked for 20 years. That's why I play guitar for it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. I used to smoke cigarettes years ago, decades ago, and the thing I like about cigars, I quit a long time ago, decades ago, but the thing I like about cigars is that you don't get that groggy feeling after smoking. You know, you I feel the same. And there's a lot of flavor, and it's a really involved kind of a cultural thing, and it's really cool, and it's relaxing, and man, when you got a good drink and a cigar...
Good company.
Yeah, good company. All the cares of the day, it's just gone, man. It's just a wonderful thing. We were talking about this today. I'm actually thinking about building onto my house and putting a cigar room on my deck.
Next year,
and then just making like this really cool cigar bar at my house, so I don't have to pay $150 to go hang out with my buddies. I could just do it here for free.
Yeah. Well, it won't be free. You'll be spending a lot of money to build that thing if it happens.
Yeah, if it happens. It's definitely something I'd like to do. Yeah.
Oh, an atta-boy. I get it. Atta-girl. I see it. I need food, Brad.
Yeah.
My brain quit working. That's all right. It's 9:01. We can shut it down.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the conversation and the riffs and the songs and stuff. I mean, I'm telling you guys, like, there's times where I come down here and I haven't played an amp in weeks, sometimes months, and I fire it up and I'm like, man, I wonder if my tastes have changed to the point where I hate this amp now. Dude, the Badlander's legit. It is so good. What a great amplifier. So if you own one, congrats. And if you're thinking about getting one, watch the show back a couple times. There's no trickery here. It's all live.
No tomfoolery.
Nothing up my sleeves but the guns. Yeah, so
yeah, you
it's a
guys
great amp.
didn't even notice. Look, he's wearing sleeves tonight.
Wearing sleeves. I wanted
There's
to be fancy.
No comments about.
Yeah. I wanted to be fancy today because we were going out. So, but anyways, thank you all for being here. Thanks to all who subscribed and for the guys that hung out on yesterday for the.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, my stomach's
tummy
growling.
Totally growled.
Stomach's
It was
growling.
super loud.
We're both starving. But yeah, thanks so much. We'll have to watch this back, see if we can hear it. So we'll, but yeah, thank you. And for those who hung out with me yesterday, you know, that was a fun episode and it was a milestone for the channel. Having that many people on it was awesome. But, anyways, well, thanks, guys. God bless you all. I'll see you guys on Wednesday when I go live with something. We'll figure out what I'm going to go live with. I think might be the Mark IV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also hope that you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Yes.
I won't see you before, but I'll see you the day after.
Yeah.
2 days after. No,
Something
Christmas is Saturday, so the
Yeah.
day after.
Yeah. Day after.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Merry Christmas.
You guys can all put your favorite presents that are hopefully all of your gear.
Everybody's
gas,
dragging
put
on
all
my
your
stomach
gas in
growl.
there.
Captain Growl.
They see it.
Dude, yeah. It was loud. It was like, we got to eat, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, every day's a gift.
Thank you so much for spending part of yours with us.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, God bless you guys. We'll see you all very soon. Love you all. Take care. Oh, my God.